Hello, I'm Chad Stoll from Booner Blinds. Today we're going to do the setup video of the 4, 5, and 6 panel Booner Blinds. Here's the 4 panel all put together, but we're going to go step by step of setting the blind up. To start the assembly of the Booner Blinds, we're going to attach 2 of the panels together. There's dimple marks right where you're going to drill through, run the bolts to connect all the 4 blinds. So that's what we're going to do first. When you drill, make sure there's about 1/8 or 1/4 inch from this panel to where it bends over. So that's where your guide is, about 1/8 or 1/4 inch over. You're going to want to do it. We'll run a bolt in there now and run this whole side down and connect these 2, and then we'll start putting the other panels on. We've got the 4 sides of the Booner blind panels all together, so now we're going to do the door. The door will come with little tabs here at the top and the bottom, and one on the side. We've already cut the one on the side. Any hunting handsaw will do, and that's all you want to do is cut the remaining part of that tab and then the one on the bottom. Now your door is open, and we're going to install the seals next around the door. Next we're going to put the seals on. All the seals are pre-cut. That's all they do is slide on, snap on. Start at one end, and it just snaps onto the door, or top part of the door. You're going to be putting a latch on here, so we're going to cut it a little short off that latch to be able to put our latch on. That's the top, and just basically go around the blind. All your pieces, like I said, are pre-cut, and if they're a little long, you just snip them off. And this will help seal the door. We installed all the seals around the door, 2 on the side, top and bottom, and this side. Next, what we're going to do is put our little hinge latch. It's a support latch that holds the door. All the holes are pre-drilled here. Above, we're going to put the little loop piece on, and then on the door, we'll put the latch part, and all the holes are pre-drilled. That's what I'll do next. Now that we have this hinge in, we're going to put the latches in, and the holes are pre-drilled top and bottom, because we're going to put 2 latches. Your first piece is this piece, and it'll have a little nipple right here in the big hole, so you just line them up. This gets snapped in there. You got to make sure this part doesn't turn, and I've got both the holes in there, and then the shaft goes through, and we open the door, and then we'll put the rest of the hardware on the back side of this. Got the handle all the way through, and in each of your hardware you're going to end up with 3 washers, one that has a 1/2 inch center hole and 2 smaller washers. The bigger washer goes to the back. You slide the washers on this handle, and then you'll have 1 nylon nut in there. Make sure it's the nylon nut that you put on next, because that'll lock that handle in place. The nylon nut is all the way on. That's your tension of how tight you want your handle to be. Then you have 2 other washers. I've already put one on, and that's going to be setting your gauge of your cam system that keeps the door closed, and how when you close it, how tight it is. So I ran 1 nut on there already. I run the cam that closes the door, and I tighten that down. So when you close your door, you can set those nuts on the inside. We'll show that again from the inside of the blind, or maybe through the other window. If this is too loose, just move those nuts so it gets a little tighter. If it's too tight, just back off on them. But that's how you install your handles. In installing this latch, once you get the piece onto the door, you'll put your handle in so the handle is up. And then when you spin this around, when you put your cam on, you put your washers on, your nylon nut is on there, and then your first nut goes on as a spacer. Then always slide this cam on, the latch on, at a 90 degree going out, and then you'll put your other nut on there to hold that in place, and then you can adjust those 2 nuts. If this is too tight when it opens and closes, just slide them out, or if it's too loose, just put it back. But that's how that cam will go. Handle up, this cam at a 90 coming towards you. When you get your windows, you're going to have this paper on, so either you can take it off, put your hinges on, or leave it on and take it off. We'll take it off right now. there's some on the back side also, but we're going to put our hinges on. It's all you do before you install the windows is take your hinge, run your machine through the window, and tighten these down, and then we'll install it into the blind. Now that we have the door all done, the next thing is to install the windows. You can see everything's pre-drilled where the hinges are. The hinges are on the window now. You just set the window up where the hinge holes are, and we're going to screw these windows into the side of the blind. We got the window installed in there, and next we're going to do is put the clips in. And again, all the holes are pre-drilled to put your clips that come along with it, so I'll drill these in, which will hold the window closed. We got the 3 clips in, that's what holds the window. 2 on the side, 1 on top. Just flip those out, the window folds down, flip it up, and close off the window. We'll finish off the other windows and it'll be complete until we get to the roof. Everything is done now. Now we're just going to be putting the roof on. And the roof goes right over the top. There's dimple marks right where you're going to run a pilot hole to run your bolts in. Always start at the middle one. Drill through, run your bolt in there, and just do each of the center ones first. Make sure everything's set on there, and then come back and do your 2 sides around the roof. We've got the 4-panel Booner blind all installed. The roof is on. All your windows are installed. And that is the Booner 4-panel Booner blind. And what we'll do next is the 5-panel. Here's the 4-panel Booner blind. To do a 5-panel Booner blind, basically you've got your 4 pieces. What these will do will flex and open up. We'll grab our 5th panel and slide it in here and make a 5-panel Booner blind. This is the 5-panel Booner blind, Pentagon. We've got all the sides attached to it, all the windows in it. This is basically the exact same setup as the 4-panel Booner blind, except obviously you're adding the 5th panel. Now we're going to add the roof to this one. Here's a 5-panel Booner blind all put together. We got the roof on. As you can see, it's a 2-piece roof. There's a male and female side. This one goes up underneath this ledge to connect the 2 halves together. When you put this roof on, you really want to put one side on. Don't bolt everything together right away, because this roof is going to probably have to be pushed up. You're probably going to need 2 people to help put this roof on. But don't bolt up one side all the way, because you may have to adjust and move the roof around to make sure everything fits on there good and snug. But again, this is the 5-panel Booner blind all put together. The unique part of the Booner blinds is, as you can see, the horizontal windows are all cut out, and that's what comes with a 5-panel Booner blind. All 5 windows are horizontal. If you want to switch this over to a vertical, and you can see we have a panel here with the 2 verticals cut out, each of the blinds will come, there'll be little dimple marks right here. That's the exact size of the window. So you can take an old window, line it up with the 2 dimple marks that are on here. And basically what you're going to do is trace this out. From dimple mark to dimple mark. What you're going to do to cut that window out is just drill a pilot hole in here. Hopefully you have a jigsaw. That's the easiest thing to do. When you drill your pilot hole, just jig this whole window out. And what you have to do then is you can order a couple vertical tinted or clear windows to put in here and put in this panel if you want to flip this panel over. And then on this one, you take this tinted one out, because this will be on the bottom, this window will be. And we have blackout windows, completely blacked out plexiglass windows that will go in that place and blacken that bottom part out. But this is basically what you'll end up with, is a panel as reversed with 2 horizontal windows in it like this. And this will be your bottom horizontal that you put your blackout plexiglass window in there. The 6-panel Booner blinds come with 3 panels with vertical, 3 panels with horizontal, so you already have 3 of these panels that will have this in them. But if you ever want to reverse it, these panels are reversible to flip up and down. They have horizontal and vertical windows in them. All the Booner blinds come in 3 different types of windows. Either you can get them in clear windows, or you can get them in tinted, as you can see here. And then you also can order blackout windows. Obviously, none of the blinds come with the original blackout windows. Those will you have to order extra. Either the blinds will come clear or tinted, whatever you want, and then you purchase the blackout, anything you want blackened out. And you can see it is a complete blackout window. You cannot see through this window, in or out. We added the 6-panel, and now we have a 6-panel Booner blind. Basically, the exact same setup as a 4-panel and a 5-panel. Everything has dimple marks. These flanges have enough give that they'll flare out. And this is 6 panels. We'll also be putting the roof on, but on the inside you can see, open your latches, and on the inside, on the far side, you can see the vertical windows. The 6-panel blind, you'll get 3 panels that have vertical windows like that, and 3 panels that'll have horizontal.